What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to talk about the truth about day trading. Check it out. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this video here. I'm going to talk to you about day trading, the truth about day trading, right? Everyone on YouTube, like every guru out there in the world, puts it out there like it's so easy. You turn $2,000 into $20,000. You can turn $5,000 into $50,000. That's what they make it look like. They go out there and they get in their cars and they show you these fancy Lambos. And oh, I started my day trading journey 10 years ago with $2,000. They feed you the line of garbage, talking about stuff, making it look like it's easy, making it look like day trading is easy, like you, who have never traded a day in your life, who just learned about the stock market 3 months ago. They make it look like it's going to be easy to you. Yep, like you're just going to bust out with your Robinhood account and thumb trade your way into a fortune. That's what they make it look like. Right? That's exactly what they make it look like with their ads, their tweets, their stock tweets posts, their YouTube videos, and a lot of them have even gotten caught paper trading. Yeah, like downloading simulators and just pretending to pretending to trade on paper trading accounts and posting these giant winning days, showing you that it's easy, even making you feel like you're not the brightest, right? Because you haven't been able to figure it out and stuff like that. It happens. It really does. Every single day. It's out there. Heck, you probably saw an ad to somebody like that right before my video started playing today. It's just the way it is. It's the nature of the beast in that industry, in this industry, and it saddens me because day trading is extremely difficult. It really is. It's not easy, but it's not difficult in the sense that you're probably thinking as a new trader. Learning technical analysis, okay, isn't very difficult. Okay, I know that sounds weird, right? And some other people that are into trading might be like, oh, this guy's full of it. The reality is that learning technical analysis isn't very difficult. It's really not. It takes time. I'm not going to tell you here you're going to learn technical analysis in 3 months. I'm not going to say here and tell you you're going to learn technical analysis in 6 months. All right? Identifying chart patterns on a chart is not very difficult, but it's not as easy as they make it look like. And I can hear out the trolls out there, oh,
finding chart patterns is extremely easy.
Lies. It is not extremely easy. It's just not extremely difficult. Okay? It's just not extremely difficult. You can find bull flags. It just takes time to find them. It takes time to recognize them. Okay? It gets to the point where you look at a chart, all right, on a daily chart, and you're like, does that look like a bull flag? And then you got to draw it out, and you're like, oh yeah, it does look like a bull flag. Right? It gets to that point, and that's a win, being able to identify it that way. And then as time progresses, right, it gets to the point where you just look at the chart and you're like, instantly, no, that's a bull flag. Instantly. That's how it is for me. But I've probably cataloged over 10,000 hours in market time every single day. Boom, there on the market charts, etc. So I'll look at a chart, and for the most part, I'll instantly recognize support and resistance lines, and then patterns like bull flags, cup and handles, reverse head and shoulders, right? Ascending wedges, descending wedges, etc. I'll generally recognize them pretty quickly. But I've been looking at charts for a very long time at this point. So it takes time, but you do get to them. Now, one thing you haven't gotten to just yet, and I'm going to ask you to do so, is smash that like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Make sure that you comment in the comment section below. Let me know what your favorite chart pattern is as well. All right. Now, identifying chart patterns, learning technical analysis isn't extremely difficult. It is extremely achievable for just about anyone that puts in the book time or the video time, the course time, the study time to learn it, right? Because we're talking about academic stuff, right? As long as you dedicate time to it, you should be able to learn the theory, okay, of it, right? We're not at the practical part yet. We're still within the theory part. And in theory, you should be able to learn, the technical analysis portion of trading. I'd say in a year, if maybe you don't have a whole lot of time, maybe 2 years, and we're talking about learning it down packed very, very well, okay? That's just learning the technical analysis portion of day trading. if you want to be a technical trader or a technical analyst type of trader. All right, the next thing is the practical part of trading and learning to trade. That's a little bit more difficult, and we're going to keep discussing that right here. Now, the practical part of day trading, that's a little bit more different. That's a lot more difficult. Let's say you spend about a year or two, so let's call it a year and a half, learning technical analysis. You've gotten down the book knowledge packed. Now the next thing is to actually put it into practice. Now oftentimes people misconstrued what they should do in practice, and they go off and trade in a real account with big money, big share size, etc. Typically what one would want to do, what I did personally, was trade in a simulator. Okay, learn to trade in a simulator and figure it out there, right? Because now you're gonna put that book knowledge, you're gonna put it into practice. And when you do that, emotions are going to get you. Even in a simulator, if you really get serious about it and put it to where you're like, okay, if I don't do well in a simulator, I can't graduate to real money trading, you'll put pressure on yourself in that aspect, and that'll put emotions into play. So with that, right, now what you move on to is that practical portion. And oftentimes people fail there because emotions are at that point what's really in play. You've already learned to identify things, but in the heat of the moment, emotions are heightened, so it's a little bit more difficult to identify. Okay, it's a little bit more difficult to identify a bull flag, a reverse head and shoulders, a cup and handle, stuff like that. It's a little bit more difficult because now your emotions are in play, because now you know money is in play, or in this case, if you're in a simulator, being right or wrong is in play. And one of the most difficult things for new traders to accept is being wrong. And being wrong is a part of trading, because no one, okay, not even investors, are right all the time. There's always going to be a margin of error. That's why risk management, or managing your risk, is very important when you are a trader. All right. That way you want to make sure that you try to keep your winners bigger than your losers very small, because you're going to have a range of accuracy. Let's say it's 50%. You're right 5 times out of every 10 trades. Well, then you could very easily be at break even or even slightly red if your winners are not bigger than your losers. In that case, you really got to make sure that your losers are very small compared to your winners, right? So you're going to start to get emotional. You're going to start to see those emotions. If you're in a simulator, it's the emotion of, I don't want to be wrong. I need to be right. Right? If it's that emotion, right? If you graduated from the simulator and now you're trading real money because you did well with the simulator, now you have another set of emotions. Now it's not only, I don't want to be wrong, it's like, I don't want to be wrong because I don't want to lose money. Oftentimes people go from the simulator, they go off to trade the real money, and when they trade the real money, what happens is that they trade the same share size that they did in the simulator. And even if it was a realistic share size for their account size, now it's real money. And real money carries emotions. What doesn't care about our emotions at all is the stock market. The market in itself does not care about emotions. It's going to do what it's going to do. So now, typically, decreasing share size to kind of like get the feel for trading in a simulator still, right, is something that's needed. And that is very helpful for traders as they progress, because we've already learned technical analysis, we've already learned how to identify chart patterns, okay, we've already learned how to apply that in a simulator. Now we're trying to apply this in real money, and when it comes to that, emotions are now even more heightened, because now when you're wrong, you lose money, and no one likes to lose money. As a matter of fact, I remember one time speaking to somebody who told me that they didn't like, to be wrong, even losing $1, so trading wasn't for them. Well, that was a good thing for them, that they recognized that trading wasn't for them, because they didn't like to be wrong and losing even $1. So now you know that yes, actually learning to trade isn't very difficult as far as technical part of it goes, but then when you get into the nitty-gritty and you get the emotions involved in the actual trading, it gets extremely difficult. So it goes to show you that it's not as easy as they make it look out there. They make it look out there easy for a purpose. What purpose is that? Well, probably getting people to sign up to their courses or rooms, etc. I have my own stock trading educational courses and room. I do. But I'm not out here to feed you some BS line. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's not easy. It's not easy. It is possible. It is possible. People do make money, right? They do make money doing this. But it's not as easy as they make it look out there when it comes time to be like, oh yeah, look at me. I turned $500 into 50,000. Come on, be realistic. And you need to, as a new trader, understand the expectations that you should have. It's going to be a long road. but it is possible to learn. All right, so let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Smash that like button for me, and I'll catch you on the next one.